Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm Dave in South Florida.
And I am Q here in Dallas.
But welcome to the channel. Hey, Q, I think I'm going to prove to you today that I'm a really good multitasker.
And I'm going to prove to you that you are either good at lying or you have no idea what multitasking is, because I can prove to you that you're not good at multitasking.
All right,
Nobody
prove
is.
it. How do we do that?
Okay, well, first let's think about this, okay? You have to think how our brains evolved, you know? When you were in the African savannah and all that stuff, right? We're always preoccupied on how we're going to get food and how we're going to prevent from being food for somebody else, like the
Okay.
lions, the hyenas, and all that other stuff, right? So imagine if I am in the African savannah and I'm smelling the flowers while I'm looking for food. And in the meantime, I'm missing the lion behind me, right?
Ah,
So here's the thing. Our brains, they evolved to be mostly single task, right?
hmm
We are still operating in that thing. You know what? I either get food or I get to be the food for somebody else.
right,
Those creatures that have claws and all that stuff, right?
right.
So when you stray too much from doing one thing and focus on one thing, you are going to get this thing that's called cognitive dissonance. And honestly, it goes against evolution. So you still think you can multitask? I don't know. Do you?
Well, I mean, technically, yes. Like you could do two things at once, but yeah, and I think you're familiar with this study because we teach Scrum classes, right? So you might think if you're doing two tasks, you're doing 50-50, and most studies show that you're actually doing 40-40. So there's 20% that you're losing, right? So
Yeah.
yes,
Actually, the 20% is cognitive dissonance,
yeah,
but it's a lot worse than that. Okay. Because you see, when you are doing something, or you engage in doing something, when you focus on that thing, you're gonna bring the three aspects to memory to bear, which is the working memory, the short-term memory, and the long-term memory, right?
right,
And all of this is going to come together in bringing your experience, your education, and your knowledge to focus on that task.
right.
The moment you say, "Oh, shiny object over there," your memory recall just
Right,
went. And then
right,
you have to start everything over and over and over again.
right.
So when you say you're multitasking and you say you're lying, it's for one single reason. At best, you are doing time slicing, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you go, okay, I do this much, and then this much, and then this much, and then this much. Problem, my friend, is it doesn't work.
I'm sorry, Q. What did you say? I was multitasking over here, checking an email.
Yeah, well, you see, in 2005, University of California in Irvine, they did a study, and they figured out that on average takes, good thing you're sitting, 25 minutes and 26
Yeah.
seconds to recuperate the stuff when you are checking your phone, right?
Yep.
By the way, you should buy an Android phone.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, and another thing that they found in research is if you are doing with a lot of people that we know do, which is write software for a living, right?
Yep.
They found out that developers, on average, they switch tasks 13 times in an hour, which means that on average, they spend about 6 minutes in a task, right? And before being interrupted. And guess who interrupts people the most?
Management,
Co-workers too.
coworkers. Yeah.
Hey, do you have 5 minutes? And
Yeah.
then bingo, there goes everybody.
Hey, can I talk to
Right?
you for a minute? Right. Yeah.
So that's the problem, right? When you switch to the next task, like in your case, you're checking your phone, right? And you are still thinking a little bit about the previous task, and then you are trying to do the new
Yep.
one. And that's not going to work. That's called attention residue.
Yep.
Okay. So the worst part of that, do you know what's the worst part is of this so-called multitasking? Plenty of air quotes. You know what's the worst part of it? It's very stressful.
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
releases cortisol, it's the
Hmm.
stress hormone.
It's the
And
fight or flight
cortisol,
response, right?
yeah, and cortisol doesn't do good things for you. For another
Right.
thing, it increases belly fat and all that sort
Right.
of stuff. So do not multitask. Focus. There are several techniques that we could discuss, but I don't want to make this too long. I just recommend, if you're interested, look into the Pomodoro technique.
Pomodoro.
Yeah,
If you have an
Pomodoro is a
iPhone, turn
little
on your
timer that
focus.
looks like a tomato, or you can get
Right.
in an app, right? You
Yeah. Set a
basically do
timer.
about, yeah, you do about 20, 25 minutes of work. You take a 5 minute break, you do another 20, 25 minutes of work, you do another 5 minute break. And usually after you do four of these, you take like 20, 30 minutes. You would not believe how much efficient things get.
No, I turn off all notifications. I even put the phone on focus mode with certain people can break through if they need to. Because I think the big thing is we're always getting our phones alerting us and all that. So I'm with you there. Like you know, the brain wants to put a floodlight on whatever you're working on at the time. So definitely set a timer, turn off distractions, and focus. So, folks,
Abs-
what do you think in the comments? Put something in there. Let us know. Do you agree with us, or are you somebody that really believes that you can multitask? We'd like to know more. So, thanks a lot for watching today, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.